Hey, what's up, guys? This is my first ever cold email teardown done in public. Quick background, I was the interim CEO and CMO for one of the largest lead gen companies in the country, and we used cold email to acquire enterprise clients. So big clients are reachable via cold email. It is a great way to get clientele, and it is growing. And if you're not using it to get clients, especially if you're in the B2B market, you're missing out on a ton of revenue, I promise you. Today, we're going to break down this cold email. We're going to see what works, what was good, what wasn't good, and what can be improved. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First, it's got my name in the beginning of the subject line. That can work depending on what type of subject line. Your LinkedIn and Signal tests, question mark. So what I do like about this subject line is that it has lowercase letters. If you look in your inbox right now, almost all of them, all the subject lines have the first letter capitalized. When they're not capitalized here, they look more personal. They don't look like mass marketing. So if you want more opens, do what the sender did. All right, so now let's get into the body and the personalization here. So they open with Marlon, a few points. Notice you're active on Outbound LinkedIn, so to say, and can see through all tactics, and know that I'm not trying to get you on a call. I'm sure your brain can see the variables in this message itself. Curious, have you been experimenting with those personalized outreach methods on LinkedIn for agile marketing? If qualifying the right ICP, scoring them, and sending them a relevant personalized message is a headache, because 4 different tools and GPT-crafted messages suck, I'd love to chat. Our users bring their signal-based list to Valley and send LinkedIn messages that get incredible results while keeping your AC safe. Think 5 to 15 more booked meetings every month. We're that good at it. Is this even relevant? Do you want me to send across a one-pager with pricing or a demo video? Cool, so let's break it down. So this opener, it's rambling a little bit. It takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines for me to know what he's saying. For sophisticated readers, this is wasted attention. And it often reads as trying too hard to be clever or be relatable. With cold email, you want to provide big value fast. Most people will stop reading before they even get to the offer with the way that this is structured. If I read half of the email before I even get to the offer, I'm already gone. So one way to fix this is to just get to the value right away. And can say, hey, we help agencies book 5 to 15 more booked meetings every single month. We're that good at it. And then immediately after this, drop a case study. We helped XYZ company who was booking 24 appointments a month go from 24 appointments to 48 appointments a month within 30 days. And that's another thing about this cold email, it's that it's lacking proof and credibility. There is no case study, no named client, absolutely nothing. It's just saying that we're good at it. Whenever you make a claim, you have to back it up. Otherwise, it's just going to be completely worthless. All right, so we talked about the opener, we talked about the offer, and we talked about social proof. Now let's take a look at the call to action. So subconsciously in our brain, when we read something, we're creating loops. And the call to action here creates a lot of friction. Let me explain why. If you look here, it says, I'd love to chat. When we get down to the cold email, it says, is this even relevant? Do you want me to send across a one-pager with pricing or a demo video? So 3 things to think about. 1 is getting on a call. Asking to get on a call right away on a cold email is not good because it creates a lot of friction. Who is this company? I have to look them up. Are they worth my time? People are thinking that even subconsciously, and so that already is too much work. And then here it goes into the offer saying 5 to 15 more book meetings, we're that good at it. But then it says, is this even relevant? So it's like it was flowing into the call to action, and then it trips over itself and says, is this even relevant? So it stops the flow. And then it says, do you want me to send across a one-pager or a demo video? So now I have to choose between a one-pager or a demo video. And the thing is that people don't like to make decisions, and I'll prove this to you right now. Have you ever been at work and someone's like, where do you want to go for lunch? And one person's like, I don't know. Where do you want to go for lunch? Oh, I don't know. Where do you want to go for lunch? And the reason why is because people don't want to make decisions. So asking if they want a one-pager or a demo video is not going to work. Instead said, would it make sense for me to send over a 3-minute video or a 94-second video or a short-minute video showing you exactly how the process works? Just reply the word yes, and I'll send it right over. People want to be led. And so telling them exactly what to do with extreme clarity makes it very easy for them because they don't have to think. All right, now let's talk about compliance. This is a big one. People don't really talk about it. They overlook at it. This cold email has a lot of compliance issues. The first one being that there is no address at the bottom of the email. So that's a big no-no. The second one is that there is no way to opt out. There's no unsubscribe link. There's no unsubscribe up here. And there isn't even a message that says, by the way, if this is not for you, please reply with the word no or stop, and you'll never hear from me again. So it's really important to do that, because if not, you can get fined per email violation. It does happen. I have seen people get petty and have to pay thousands of dollars because there was one petty person. So it's not worth it, and it doesn't hurt conversions. If anything, it actually makes your cold email look more legit because it's uniform, right? So it's important to add your address and give people a way to opt out from the email. So this is legal risk, and you can get fined for this. Now let's take a look at the follow-up email sent 2 days later. That's a good time. 2 to 3 days. I like to do it on the 3rd day. Here it says, looks like people do hate reading long emails. Here's a 7-second recap. And then it goes on to say these 3 points. On average, campaigns get 8 to 30% response rates, not kidding. And there's still no proof. And then it says, worth a look. Again, just a little bit of friction. It's not really giving me a clear call to action yet. And one of the things about saying things like this is that by telling someone, hey, I don't mean to annoy you, I don't want to bother you, or like whenever someone's like, I don't mean to be a jerk, but you're automatically already did that. So you already planted a negative idea of already being annoying. So that's going to hurt conversions too. Now people will check to see if the domain actually is a website. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, cool. It does go to a website. That's great. So to summarize what was wrong in this cold email to make it better, let's just talk exactly about the points that actually made this email poor for conversions. Number 1 is a rambling opener. Second one is cluttered messaging. People are going to leave before they even get to the offer. Third one, there's a proof gap. There are claims, but they're not backed up. Weak scattered call to action, too much friction. Chat, one-pager, demo video, and then this trips over the call to action. No compliance, legal risk here. And then confusing, convoluted copy, AC, does AC mean account? Jargon without context just loses people. And the pain point of 4 different tools because ChatGPT crafted messages suck. That's great, but it doesn't really spell it out. Like, it doesn't really expand on it or elaborate it to let people know exactly what it is that means, so that I can go, for example, hey, that's me. All right, so how do we make this better? How can we make this more effective? So here's a cold email that I rewrote that would increase conversions for this email. It gets to the value immediately. It's fast. It shows proof. It addresses the pain points. And it also asks for a short, easy call to action. Has a company signature here. It gives a way to opt out, and then it has an address at the bottom. So let's go ahead and read it and take a look. Hey Marlon, we'll help agencies add 5 to 15 more qualified meetings per month using AI-driven LinkedIn outreach. Just last month, client X went from 24 to 46 meetings in 30 days with their system. You don't have to juggle multiple apps and tools or send generic AI messages. Our process consistently increases response rates by 21% for our clients. That's the average. Would it make sense for me to send a 116-second video showing you exactly how the process works? Just reply yes, and I'll send it over. So this call to action makes it really easy for the person to say yes. Obviously, from here, you would have to consistently follow up more. We're going to be creating a lot more content for you to improve your lead generation efforts, whether it's paid traffic or cold email. If this helped you or helped a friend, please comment below. And second, remember to subscribe and save this for later.